Yes, what's going on people? LP back again with another video here on the #United channel. Although today's video is very special. I've come with Stevie CB to Rush Green as he's going to be having a behind the scenes sort of insight day with head of physiotherapy Gary Lewin. A few facts about Gary Lewin: he actually was Arsenal's head of physiotherapy for 22 years and also England's head of physiotherapy. That's, you know, like in terms of physiotherapy, he's like at the top. So we know Stevie CB has got magic hands. Gary Lewin probably has magic hands. Put two and two together, it's pure magic. So not only are we West Ham fans, we're going to be speaking with Gary Lewin and being shown around the facilities that they have here in terms of rehabilitation, all the machines they have, methods, you know, technology, all this sort of stuff behind getting the players fit.
Really looking forward to it. I've had my experiences mainly in non-league, been to some great grounds with #lags of course. But it'd been lovely to know how a Premier League physio operates on a day-to-day basis. So loads of questions to ask him. Hope he's got the time to answer them.
Not only is this a really good day for Stevie, this is an incredible day for me because I'm a West Ham supporter. So me and Stevie are basically living the dream.
Steve, how are you?
Steve,
how are you?
Yeah, and you?
You alright?
Yeah, fantastic.
Come in, come in. So as you see, obviously that's our medical office. I'll give you an idea of the layout of the training ground. What you try and get from a training ground is a flow. So there's a flow to the building. The players haven't got to go one to there, to there, to there, and you try and flow around the building. So I'll take you through the doors. I'll take you through to the dressing rooms first. This was an interesting thing. This was a corridor. The gym is quite restricted, and we, as in restricted as in running space. So what we did when I came on board was we put some extra stuff down here, so we can actually use this as an area that we can do indoor running, or mobility work, or quick foot work, so they can do work before they go on the pitches. So if you come through here, I'll take you into the player dressing room. The coaches one is that side, but that's very boring. Let me take you to the players. So again, this is the player dressing room. They do have a sauna. Used more by the staff than the players, I must admit, because we carry a bit more weight. As most clubs, every player has his own locker. All the equipment is laid out every day. So when they turn up, everything's laid out for them. Different players have different requirements. The kit men get to know what they are as we do medically. So they all get catered for in their own ways. Shower room. They do have an individual bath because a couple of players do like baths, but we do have the water area. So that is an ice bath on one side and a jacuzzi type tub on the other side.
Which ones do they prefer?
They don't like the cold, but again, from a medical point of view, so we use the ice baths a lot after games. So when we travel away, we do the blow-up ice baths. So they do ice baths after games. As you move away from the game into what I call the subacute stage, then we do a lot of contrast bathing. Then as you go on in the week, you just bombard the heat. And that's almost the rule of thumb of how we do that. So this is a big part of our recovery schedule.
Lovely.
Now you'll get to know what I mean by flow now. So players come in, they get changed. You've got the kit room, the laundry that everyone has. And up here is the boot room. So again, all their boots hanging up and drying.
It's so different from falling over all the porta cabins through the mud to get to the medical room.
Then they're straight into the gym. That's how they go onto the pitches. And again, we're going to this in a minute. Our daily routine is that the whole squad report at 11 o'clock for pre-activation. And that's where Dom, Eamon and Fraser and Josh, they will set up a pre-act to get the players mobility, working on strength, but prepare them for training, to fire them up ready for training. They'll do that for 15-20 minutes, then they're straight out onto the pitches ready for training. And then they do their formal warm-up. They do it as a team. And you'll see the doc sitting here at his desk.
Hi Doc.
Hiya. Doing nothing.
Dr. Beasley.
I'm Steve.
So what we've done here is we've now got an individual consulting room for the doctors with a great view of the training pitches. And we invested very early on an ultrasound machine, so we can scan the players immediately. Don't get me wrong, we could go and do other investigations that need to be more detailed. But our first port of call is an ultrasound scan.
So that was the question that I was going to ask, was before you treat any players, depends on what the injury is, Do you always scan them first?
It really depends.
Sort of
Yeah, it
wasting
depends on
a couple of weeks rehab and find out there's something
exactly.
untoward, yeah.
It depends on the injury. We do a clinical judgment first.
Yeah.
From that clinical judgment, we decide whether we want to check on an ultrasound.
Yeah.
On the ultrasound, if something shows up, then we might do further investigations.
Yeah.
Or if nothing significant shows up, then we might leave it.
Yeah.
But then every day we're judging clinically. And if the thing doesn't get better, then we might revert back and do an MRI or some other investigation.
Is that done in hospital? The
MRIs will be done at the hospital.
Yeah.
We send them off. We've got a partnership with the Rodin, and we use the Rodin.
Yeah.
So this is where myself, Don and Fraser, the two physios, Eamon the rehab guy, will work. Plus our two masseurs, Marek and Craig. On recovery days, we sometimes bring a third masseur in on a part-time basis. What you've got to remember is you're working with a squad of 25 players. 11 to 14 will play. That means 11 don't play, so they need to train.
Yeah.
But the 11 to 14 that have played, you need to recover them to get ready for the next game. So those first 24 or 48 hours are vital to get them ready to be able to train again 2 days later, so they can prepare for the next game. So basically you're working off 3 sets of players. Injured,
So it's massage
recovery,
all the time.
all day,
Yeah.
every day. So this is where obviously we do a lot of our injury work, prevention work. So before training you would have 4 or 5 players that are actually training, doing preventative work, soft tissue work, joint mobility work, mobilisations, to get them ready for training, strappings, and then the injured players will be there doing their own
You
training.
big on the electrical therapy stuff?
No, that's a Tekka, that's a form of heat machine.
Yeah.
That and the game readies, which are the ice machines, they are probably the only 2 pieces of electrical equipment we use. When I first started in the 80s, we had interferential, ultrasound, shortwave therapy, infrared, we have everything.
Not so popular now?
No, we get more hands-on nowadays.
Yeah.
That was a question I was going to have. Like, how has technology tailored your job since you first started?
The principles of what you do are the same. So first 40 hours, acute stage, ice, compression, rest.
I think the boys get fed up with me saying that. But I say, just ice. They go,
Even for me.
Nobody ever says it's ice, because that is the...
At this level,
key
that's
thing
all we
to
talk
do.
about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is all we talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, they walk in and put themselves on the game ready now because they know that's what they've got to do.
Yeah.
So it is boring, but it works.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
What about on surgery? Do you liaise with the surgeons on,
Yeah, 100%.
you know, like
It's
arthroscopies?
yeah,
and
basically the
ACL
way we work here
reconstruction?
is a player would come in, we'd diagnose injury, we'd discuss with the doctor, do we need another consultation?
Yeah.
One of us will go with the player to the surgeon. If they need surgery, like Fonte had surgery last week.
Yeah. Do you sit in with the...
I'll go and watch surgery.
Sit and watch the surgery?
Yeah, I've always watched the
Yeah,
surgery
yeah.
because then from a rehab
You
point
know
of
exactly
view,
what's been done.
you can visualise
Yeah.
what's gone on.
What sort of pins or
Yeah.
fixations they've put in?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me walk you through. We're going to the pitches. So yeah, these are the training pitches. They've just started using that one there because it's a Deso system, so it's part AstroTurf.
Oh yeah.
They're the 3 main pitches, and obviously we've got the stadium behind us, which we don't tend to train on. We tend to use these pitches. So the biggest thing that when you come into a training ground, medically you've got to think about is your emergency action plan. You have to have an emergency action plan. So if somebody has a cardiac arrest on that pitch over there, how are you going to deal with it?
Yeah.
How are you going to get a defib on them within 4 minutes? How are you going to get an ambulance here as soon as possible? And we review our EAPs 2 or 3 times a year. Now the way we deal with it here, we use a radio system. So there will be a physio or a doctor pitch side to every training session. We've got the emergency buggy here. We have oxygen, Entonox, defib, spinal board, scoop stretcher, immobiliser for any cervical injuries. In here we have intubation, so in case you want to put tubes in down the throat, in the chest. We have
do that
packs.
as the doctor does that?
The doctor would do that, although I am trained to do it, but
Have you done it very often?
I've never done an intubation because I've always had a doctor with me.
Have you had to use a defib? on a
Yes,
pitch before?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Not with a player, with staff.
Do you travel? with the
I
team?
travel with the team. I don't run on anymore. Dom
No.
and Fraser do the running
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
but I am the manager of it all. So I'm with the team all the time. You'll sit me either behind the bench or next to the bench. So if a player gets injured, I take over their care. If they went to hospital, I do that. I go into the stadiums now and get everything ready for when the team arrive. Hi Steve, well hopefully you enjoyed the show around and you found it interesting. We're now in the canteen. We're going to have a nice cup of coffee now. Any other questions you want to throw at me?
Oh Christ, I've got loads of them, Gary. So to run all this on a daily basis, how many of you guys to do all that? It's not just you on your own.
No, they're me and 2 other physios. So there's 3 physios altogether.
Yeah.
There's 2 masseurs.
Wow.
We have a rehab fitness coach, and we have a team fitness coach.
So it's
and
like
we have
7,
a doctor.
8 people hands-on.
Yeah.
For one football team.
Yeah.
Just
25
the first team.
Just the first team.
Yeah.
So 25 players.
Yeah. Hashtag it's just me.
Yeah. I first started in football in 1986. I was at Arsenal, and when I started at Arsenal, there was 4 full-time members of staff. There was George Graham, manager, Theo Foley, assistant manager, me as the physio, Tony Donnelly, the kit man. That was it. And we did everything. I used to drive the van, I used to drive the kit, clean the boots, put the kit out with the kit man, and you did everything. And then in '86 I qualified. I started at Guy's Hospital in the intensive care, and then 2 months later George Graham invited me to become the first team physio, so I went back to Arsenal. I was at Arsenal for 22 years until 2008.
Who'd you fall out with then?
No, I decided to. I was offered the England job full time. Fabio Capello came into England and wanted full-time staff because for 11 years I'd done England and Arsenal. Fabio came on board, he wanted full-time staff, so the FA offered me a full-time job.
So Gary, on some of the older players, should we say, like in hashtag, we've got Seb, Dan Brown, always tight. What advice have you got?
As you get older, naturally your body becomes tighter. Your soft tissues are less elastic, less mobile. There's 2 or 3 things how you attack this. One of it has got to be their responsibility. So they need to stretch more regularly, particularly after training. They need to work harder on their recovery. So after a game, do they do the ice bath?
Is it too late for development stretching?
No. 100%. If you, again, I was at Arsenal.
Listen, Seb, Dan. What do I keep telling you? Development stretching every day. Well, Gary, thanks very much for giving us your time today. It's been invaluable. Really enjoyed it. Learned a lot. It's given me a taste for the league environment, I can tell you.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope we're giving you lots of things that you can take away and use. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing the results improving after today.
Excellent.
Good to meet you.
Gary.
Thanks very much.
Right, and the day has actually come to an end. I've learned so much today. What about you, Steve? You learned a lot today.
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, to be involved around a league setup for a change. I mean, hashtag we get to go to some great grounds.
Yeah.
But to see the actual medical room, talk to obviously one of the main men there, Gary Lewin. It's been unbelievable.
He's a great guy,
Yeah,
isn't he?
it's great.
He's so knowledgeable. He knows all of his stuff.
And he does. He's not worried about sharing it.
Absolutely, top guy.
Really enjoyed it. Learned a lot. Yeah, great.
Today has taught us that it's a lot of player responsibility.
Absolutely, yeah. In our environment, we don't get a lot of time with the players, so they need to do a lot of it themselves. So, yeah, they can be given advice. They've got to be able to do it. Got to be able to do it because of the time restraints, because of working full time. Yeah, that's all we can do is give back the feedback of what they could be doing to help themselves, and hopefully they'll do it.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've had an absolutely incredible day here at my favourite club, West Ham. Stevie's learnt a lot. I've learnt a lot.
Yeah.
Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, don't forget to
hashtag it.